Okay. So let me start sharing my screen. And first of all, so let's start with your questions, which you might have after the last session. And also, Ivory, you missed the last Q&A session, so maybe you collected some more questions.
Okay.
Okay, then yeah, like
Yeah.
go ahead
Yeah. Okay.
first.
On my I watched the BOM regarding BOM topics. So I just wanted to ask who is responsible in maintaining and creating BOM? I assume that they have access to CS01, 02, and 03.
Uh-huh. Yes, so well, there are uh, factory planners who are responsible for BOMs, but it's quite easy to check. Let's check it right now with SQIM, as I always do if I need to know who has the access to something. So what we actually need is, uh, let's check, for example, users from Manila who are responsible for BOM creation and maintenance. Okay. Oh, no, sorry. Okay, so you see that there are both job label and user-specific roles, like process engineer or user-specific role that you will probably see quite often, BOM administrator for various markets. So it's uh, like same type of role for all the countries. And we see like the uh, BOM administrator for Philippines. So let's find this person. Okay, so the position is called customer service manager. Well, yeah, and you see this that she is a member of such deals as factory planning end users, for example. Um, then let's find one more person. For example, process engineer, shop floor. Okay, yeah, so the position is called primary supervisor, but this is clearly a factory worker. So he is assigned to a Philippine factory, PHP 5 maybe, or PHP 7. And yeah, so he is member of such deals as Philippines primary management and technical team. So, well, all of these people who are responsible for BOM creation and maintenance, they are from the factories, but their positions can be called different, right? So more technical or more like administrator, customer service. Well, Um, but they are all assigned to factories. Yeah. Okay. So
So basically, we can check it through Swim.
of
So
course,
same logic for routing upon accessing CA02 and CA03. But they are also factory planners, the route for those people in routing.
yes. Yeah, of
Mm,
course.
okay.
Yeah, so all people who take part in PPDS or factory planning activities, they are all assigned to the factories. Well, the only team which is involved in this process and which is global is global planning team. But um, global planning team plays like the most important roles in demand and in supply process, and for factory process I guess they're just like checking the output, maybe answering some questions. So mm, almost everything is done by factory guys. Okay, then maybe some more questions.
Yeah. For displaying material boom, I just wanted to clarify. So we will always be using one for bomb usage as long as it is on production. I will provide a screenshot.
Okay.
Yeah, this one.
Yes, yes, that's true. Then for our activities for incident checking and so on, we will be using the one production all the time. It's like planning version 000 or some other
Okay.
default settings. Like, yeah, bomb usage is always one.
Okay, great. Yeah, that's cool.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. In material, Nikita, I saw that there's some materials with a lots of components. So how do we know if the component of a material is active? Is it by checking the validity to column in displaying material bomb?
Mm, well, yes, in the BOM, you have the validity of every component, and of course, it should be maintained correctly. So the date when you are planning like production or whatever action in the system, the validity should be active within this date. But in order to check if the material is active, you need to go to this component, like to MM03 view and check the plant material status in MRP1 tab, and also check the advanced planning. So advanced planning tab. So in this case, you can ensure that material is active, because if advanced planning checkbox is not ticked, then this component will not work correct. So let's, well, probably it will be hard. I'm not sure. Okay. So yeah, first we need to check the validities, and then we go to the component itself. We go to MRP1, choose plant, check plant specific material status is 03, which allows us all activities, production, purchasing, and stock transfer as well. And then we go to advanced planning tab and see, yes, the checkbox is ticked, then this material is totally active and enabled for playing. Thank you, Ivory. Well, your reactions will be not displayed in the video because I'm not recording the screen, but I see them. I assume that I answered your question.
Yeah, very clear. So, Nikita, if we notice that this was inactive or incorrectly maintained, the user will need to contact factory planners to maintain it, or the one who has access to CS02.
Yes, so usually you just advise them to contact a responsible person from the factory, but like in some cases, people might not know, or they might ask you like whom I should contact specifically, name me this person, for example. And in this case, what usually helps me, I go to the material card profile, and then I choose display changes. So I'm checking the change log for the material. And yeah, so for example, you see those changes in such lists. So in order to see the exact change, you need to double click on the line. So the last change was done by uh, Irina Surina, I guess. Yeah, so I see that she changed production version, validity date, so that activity is related to planning as well. And so I can assume that she is responsible for maintaining this material, uh, at least for planning activity, because you understand that like a lot of people have access to MM02, for example, but some people are responsible for sales data, some people are responsible for costing and accounting views, and so on. And like GPS members, GPS R&D team, they are responsible for basic tabs like basic view and classification. So not everyone who has access to MM02 is responsible for, I don't know, changing the plant-specific material status or production unit or advanced planning checkbox or anything. So you need to find the change which is related to planning. Yeah, so for example, this user also changed production version, so we can refer to her. Then valuation type, standard price, I believe that these characteristics are related to finance. We can check the user, and if her position or his position is related to finance department, then we cannot address user. Product cost finance analyst. Yeah, so she is responsible for product costing, and we cannot um, provide her name as a reference because she is just not involved in planning at all. Okay. Did I answer your question, Ivory?
Yes, Nikita. Yeah, very
Mhm.
clear.
Yeah,
Mhm.
no problem.
Okay, this is noted. I am planning to check some old incidents regarding to
Mhm.
PLN. So I am planning to extract some related cases. But maybe you can share to us the most common issues. So as part of my final question.
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah. I was going to do that anyway. Like I don't have the pre-prepared list of tickets, but we will check some uh, on the go right away, so there should be no issues. And before that, so that was, yeah, my initial plan. Before that, first of all, guys, Lena, Lina, Lёsha, do you have any other questions? I know that questions will arise when you will start to work with the incident tickets, but still, questions from Ivory are quite quite reasonable.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not sure that I can ask the correct questions for now. I think I need some more time to collect all. Well, I need more time.
Okay.
I'm not even sure how to explain this.
Okay, and let me ask a question because I forgot for a bit. Am I correct that in the last video that you checked, it was actually, you probably noticed that it was recorded a while ago. It was recorded in August. I just was checking it and thought that it was actually quite well made, and there is really like no big reason to record it again from scratch, because back in August when that video was recorded, I was more involved in operation activities and probably delivered this even better than I would do it now. But I forgot, did I cover both Delta report T code and CPP1 T code in this video, right? Because they are extremely important for incidents. Sorry, Lena, didn't hear you.
Yes, both of you hear me.
Oh, okay. Well, so yeah, I guess one of the main, like one of the cornerstones, I would say, of PPDS incident resolution are those two T codes, Delta report and CPP1. So don't forget about don't forget about them, and don't forget to check both of them, because in most cases you will need to check both. Like you can see some errors in Delta report, you can see more detailed description of other errors in CPP1 T code. So that's really the must for incident resolution. Yeah. Okay. Well, all right. If there are no questions, let's first. I wanted to cover the incident registration part. So again, we are moving to PLN main article, which I hopefully will update this week, my last week in GSD. If I will have, the time, I will include, or maybe I will change the main article at all, but probably I will just add the missing KBs, which are not listed there. But still, feel free to use it, and I will let you know when I will update the main article as well. So most of the KBs are here, but just some of them were created by BTS already, like during the fall or winter, so I didn't add those articles here to this umbrella. So regarding the incident registration, we have a small set of articles related only to IT, and I wanted to cover some of them. So first of all is incident registration and categorization, which I created before go live. So please feel free to refer to this article if you are not sure how to register your ticket. Of course, you can check the previous ones, like previous similar incidents, but there might be some errors with registration as well. So use your common sense, your logic, and this article as well. So we generally have three configuration items for PLN issues. Well, this last one, out of cycle changes, we don't really receive incidents for that. Some of the incidents are registered by IT guys, by BTS with this CI, but I cannot recall any like incoming incidents to GSD for this CI. So we mostly use first three configuration items. So the first one, GTI SAP ABP PLN, is, well, obviously from the name, it's related to all IBP issues and all issues related to demand and supply stage. Here we have a separate business service for CPIDS. So if you receive some screenshots from CPIDS, we will now, oh, we can actually start checking incidents, I guess, in parallel. So let me show you some incident for CPIDS so you understand how the screenshots look like from this interface. Okay. Sorry, I can be a little bit slow because like for me it is also the morning and not so easy to concentrate. Can you hear me? The ITSP just frozen. Oh, okay. Well, let's wait a bit until slow ITSP recognizes the business service. On. Okay, great. Okay, so of course, if you have some incident which tile starts from error in CPIDS, then probably the issue is really with CPIDS and should be registered accordingly. But let's see if we have any data in the incident ticket like screenshots attached. Yeah, okay. So probably this incident was done without GSD involvement. Yes, so it was raised by Alina from BTS and resolved by her as well. Okay, yeah, so that's how the screenshot might look like. So there are some jobs, yeah, and the error log. So, but anyway, you can be confused when you receive such screenshot if the title does not contain CPIDS, if the title, but well, in this case, if you are confused, you can double check with the user what is the interface, because it might look like IBP, but not actually, and it doesn't look like P40 at all. obviously. So it's really looks like some web application, but doesn't exactly look like IBP. So it can be CPIDS. You just need to double check with the user. And here, let's check leave planning. Okay. Well, I'm not exactly sure that this should be really registered as CPIDS. I wonder who did that. Demand planning. Okay, so Jose Armando registered this ticket as CPIDS, but I don't think that it is CPIDS. PO isn't appearing. But I can understand the logic because the issue is basically that some purchase orders in SAP do not get transferred to IBP. We can see that some of purchase orders were transferred, but some of them are not appearing in IBP. So when we escalate such ticket to BTS, we can assume that there is some issue with data integration job in CPIDS, but probably that's not the issue. Okay, well, yeah, so according to reply from Ennis, there were some settings in IBP which were not letting those POs to be visible, probably, but there is no issue with CPIDS, just some settings. But again, when we escalated the ticket, we were not sure, and it could be the issue with CPIDS. So yes, there is no big deal that we registered it like this. Let's find one more ticket. Okay, this was registered by Alina as well. Yeah, and we don't have any screenshots. So again, the issue is with some data was not transferred, but in this case, it's the opposite situation. The data is visible in IBP, but is missing in S4. Well, so before, so if you checked what you could from your side, like settings in SAP, the master data and so on, the validity, and you do not get why the data was not transferred, well, you might assume some issue with CPIDS and register the ticket like this and escalate. But I guess in most cases, it will turn out that the issue is with something else. The status in transit plant was 02, right? So the plant specific material status was 02. But when we escalated it, we thought that it might be related to CPIDS. So you see, it's quite the same situation like with category and subcategory, right? So when we are not sure what is the root cause, we escalate to BTS with category and subcategory incident data. But in many cases, there are actually no issues with data. It's just user doing something wrong. So the correct category in such case should be information how to, but we just were not sure about this. When we escalated, we couldn't find the root cause ourselves. So that's why we register it with incident data. So do you understand it?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, Nikita.
Yeah. So anyway, I wanted to just find some more screenshots with CPIDS interface. Well, probably it's better really to check Alina's tickets. Well, yeah, so this ticket was created by Anis from BTS PLN and resolved by Alina. So what are the screenshots? Yeah, well, that's how CPIDS may actually look like. Again, we don't have access to the system, but, oh, okay. And unfortunately, there are no like big logos or top ribbons stating that we are now in CPIDS. But probably if there are some jobs which do not look like SAP jobs and it tells like IBP integration and so on, probably it is CPIDS. So, okay, then moving next. Yeah, demand planning and forecasting. So this business service level 2 is used for issues in IBP related to demand templates, demand planning activities, or demand dashboards, like with forecasts or key figures which are related to demand. Like, yeah, consensus demand is missing in IBP template 10. So such issue should be clearly categorized as demand planning and forecasting because the key figure is related to demand and template is in demand section as well. So same logic applies for supply planning, issues with supply templates, forecast key figures. Okay, well, yeah, also we should remember that all the data which is related to factories, like capacities, work centers, I don't know what else, like location data in IBP, so the data of plant itself. If you deal with such data in IBP, you're definitely dealing with supply planning module because demand planning only considers the market level, so the company code level. And if the data is related to supply key figures or some locations or work centers, then it goes for supply planning. So please be careful. Be careful with that. Well, BTS team, they do not actually reject usually. They do not reject usually for incorrect registration, but in some cases that's like it happened, but mostly not with IBP part. So if you will miss the correct CI or business service with SAP related issue, you can potentially get a reject. But regarding to IBP related issues, BTS team usually does not reject tickets because of that, but it's still important because I hope we will, well, GSD will do more checks, incident reviews for PLN tickets. And of course, when, for example, Polina will do next incident review for PLN, of course, it is very important to have correct registration in most of the tickets to have a clear picture of like which types of incidents do we usually receive, which we can resolve ourselves, and so on. if every second incident is registered incorrectly, then this makes incident review process just really complicated and annoying. So watch out. Next category is IBP Excel. And well, initially when we started to support new process after the go live, our position was to register all the tickets with issues in Excel add-in as IBP UI Excel. But then we understood that this is incorrect because most of the users, they work in Excel add-in and they might have issues with demand data, with supply data, and with add-in itself. So if like there is issue with data, then you should register ticket as demand planning or supply planning. If the error is with Excel add-in itself, so like, like with analyzes, you can have the error with data in some report, then you escalate to, for example, BTS R2R team or I don't know, the team which is responsible for the report, the owners. Or you can have the issue with like analyze itself, then you should be able to resolve it yourself, or I don't know, send it to BI management team if you are not sure how this should be resolved. So you should divide those types of errors. Yeah. Then we have two quite rare categories for leaf optimizer and leaf tactical supply planning. So let's check some incidents which were registered like this. Well, yeah, as I found out, I asked BTS team, like, how do we distinguish tickets for leaf optimizer, for example? And I was told, I guess, by Oscar Ardennes that leaf optimizer are the issues with leaf and blend Z, so custom T codes in P40. So probably if you receive an issue with some strange T code which starts from Z and it is about some leaf report or some leaf data, then most probably it is for leaf optimizer. Well, let's check. Come on. Okay, so you see there are actually how many 10 tickets for this category, like at all during the whole period of this business service existing. So really a few tickets. And so let's check this one. Missing access to extrapolation. Well, yeah, that's okay. So this was resolved without GSD involvement. So probably Anna escalated this to security right away. Well, or probably it was created by Mark Stanley from security. Yeah. So probably Anna contacted him interactively in Teams or something, and he created the ticket and assigned to himself. So that was about some access in tactical supply role, in quality and production environments. Okay, so yeah, would be quite difficult for us to identify such ticket Also, yeah, this one was carried out without GSD involvement as well. So let's try to find some ticket which was assigned to GSD analyst first. No. No. Yeah. Yeah, actually in planning you have quite a lot of tickets which are resolved without GSD involvement, so that's makes it easier for us. Like that's usually that happens because, as I said, there is a global planning community, a big Teams channel with a lot of planners and IT members in it. So they are chatting and communicating in this channel and report some issues as well. And usually for BTS planners, it is easier to assist in Teams and register a ticket afterwards, or just register a ticket and assign it to themselves than to ask users to raise an incident and wait until GSD escalates this ticket and so on. So they are really proactive. Okay, no incident owner. Okay, well, yeah, you probably should not be concerned about this business service because all the tickets were resolved without GSD involvement. Yeah, and the last one in IBP section is leaf tactical supply planning, managing leaf inventory on production plants. So similar to P2P issues, you know that sometimes the P2P issues can be actually related to leaf and escalated to BTS leaf because the materials are like raw leaf, raw tobacco products. So if it is not mentioned directly in the incident ticket, then you should really be careful. Well, again, BTS PLN team, they do not reject so strict as they do in BTS P2P and BTS indirect procurement. So if you didn't recognize material as leaf and registered the issue as just supply planning, for example, you will probably will not receive a reject, but if you managed to find this out and register it correctly, then it is, well, it's great. I don't know. Let's check the incidents. Do you have any questions at the moment? Because you can interrupt me anytime. Okay. Yeah, so not really lots of tickets for Leaf tactical supply planning, but 50 of them is actually quite a lot. So let's do it the smart way. Let's add the condition that GSD owner is not empty, right? Oh no. GSD owner is not empty. So we see that there are 49 tickets, and let's see how much of them are left. How many? Only 18. So you see that actually 31 ticket out of 49 were again registered and resolved without GSD involvement. So let's check last tickets with GSD owner. Again, you see that the last ticket was 2 months ago, and the one before that was 4 months ago. So most of these tickets were registered like during first 3 months after the go live, so April, May, and June. Well, not exactly. Some of them were also registered in September, but still, for the last several months, we didn't receive many of such tickets. And let's check who registered this ticket this way. Sorry. Oh, you see that this ticket was registered as Leaf Tactical Supply Planning by Hosemi, who is a member of BTS PLN team again. And yeah, he asked to assign such ticket to DCO monitoring. So we didn't need to figure out what is the correct business service. Again, looking, yeah, managing leaf inventory on production plants. Well, in this case, for me, it would be like impossible to figure out that this is related to leaf supply, leaf tactical supply planning, because there is some job mentioned, and this is a job in IBP, not in P40, because it starts with ZIBP. So it is really hard to check what exactly this job does. And if it is related to leaf materials or just production materials, or it is not related to materials at all. So yeah, like there is even no abbreviation like LF or LB, which could point on leaf origin of this job. So yeah, in this case, it is undistinguishable, I guess, for GSD. Then the next one, leaf usage adjusted, not reflected in IBP planning. Well, at least here in the title, you see some key figure, probably, which is related to leaf usage adjusted. And you can try to find this key figure in the training materials, which I also stored in GSD SharePoint. So for example, we have this SharePoint, GSD University, and yeah, here in SAP faculty in sub-functional, we can see materials for various processes. Sorry, no. And I updated this folder just last week. So if you are interested, there are lots of materials here. And the training presentation also is there. Well, they are there. And so you can also check this like key figure definitions, IBP. You can check key figure glossary, find the key figure which is mentioned in the incident ticket, and figure out that it is related to leaf or demand or supply. For example, it can help you. But yeah, in this case, the key figure is related to leaf clearly. So, but probably again, it was registered by BTS team. I don't know. No, it was registered by Polina. So she managed to determine that this is related to leaf tactical supply, and probably it is correct. Yeah, because it was handled by Hosemi. Okay. Well, let's move further. Wrong date. So it was registered by Vlad, which is very strange because he does not support planning PLN process. So even Vlad, who didn't have the training at all, he managed to register this ticket as Leaf Tactical Supply. Not sure how correct was that, and escalated to BTS PLN team. But it was assigned to Hosemi, and I know that Hosemi in BTS PLN is responsible for most leaf-related activities. So he always takes the incidents for leaf optimizer, for leaf master data issues, and leaf tactical planning as well. So if the incident was handled by Hosemi, then probably Vlad registered it correct. Well, I guess he really did a nice job, but not so clear why he didn't transfer to PLN colleagues. Probably because it was 4 months ago, and he was a rookie back then, a newbie. So maybe he just did this by mistake. Okay, again, so we are dealing clearly with some leaf-related issue because there is some stock missing in IBP, I guess, for leaf, for USP4 plant. And you know that United States plants are leaf-related plants because in United States we have contracts with farmers and the tobacco is grown and produced in United States. So USP4 plant also points at leaf category. And yeah, so, okay, let's move further. So this was the IBP related section. Then we are moving to next configuration item, GTI SAP S4 PLN. So the difference is like not IBP, but S4. And basically all the issues in SAP related to SAP. Well, sorry. I'm just wondering if nothing bad is happening. Okay. Yeah, it looks like everything is fine. All right.
Excuse me, Nikki.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, can I ask? So BSL3 is not required for PLN registering PLN incident.
Correct. Yeah. Well, I saw that there can be some business service level 3, I guess, in PLN tickets. I guess I saw it somewhere, but we should not put them, well, not like with PLM, product lifecycle management, where we need to use business service level 3s, or unlike the HR process. So in this case, we don't have to. So let me try. So for example, production planning and scheduling. Let's see if we have any. No. And okay. No. So you see that we even don't have those in the system, but some reason I thought that I saw it somewhere. Maybe I'm wrong. come on. Yeah, so you see that, for example, for IBP supply planning, we have also business service level 3s like rough cut capacity or supply planning master data, but there was no agreement with BTS that we should use them. And like in any case, if for some reason you receive the incident, I mean, you receive the reject for this, or I don't know, BTS team member contacts you in Teams, for example, and asks, why didn't you put the business service level 3? Please let like your supervisor or Polina as future PLN point of contact, please let her know, because this was not in the agreement with BTS team. Yeah, however, business service level 3s, they exist for some combinations. Okay, did I answer your question, Ivory?
Yes, Nikita, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, so for S4 configuration item, we have only 3 business services. First one is planning materials management. And yeah, that's actually quite self-explanatory. It is about all master data issues like material data, MRP controllers, work center data, etc., etc. So the issues which are clearly and initially related to master data, they should be registered like this. There is some tricky point because let's say that you have one incident ticket and it is like it was initially about the master data. So for example, some factory user is not able to change the master data, or user is not sure how the some settings in master data should be maintained correct way, and the user is asking for some assistance and so on. So when the issue was originally for master data, then it should be registered as planning materials management. But I guess in vast majority of cases, the issue initially is not with the issue is not with master data, but with some transactional data. So people, they usually want to, I don't know, post some documents like planned orders, production orders. They need to convert purchase requisitions to purchase orders, and so on. So they are having issues with this process, or they have issue in planning board when they, for some reason, cannot arrange the orders in correct, I don't know, sequence and so on. And in this case, issue should be registered as production planning and scheduling, even if the root cause is related to master data, right? So there can be issue with posting some document, but the root cause is like missing master data, incorrect validity or status or anything. So the root cause will be master data, but it should be registered as production planning and scheduling. So hope this point is clear. And actually for me, like the first business service and the third one are quite clear and logic, but the one in the middle, this is what causes the most questions, like for me at least, because it's really hard for me to explain now, like which type of issues should be registered as for supply planning. So I wrote here that issues related to PLN POs between plants and global PPDS heuristic. But yeah, I clearly can understand that this is not very obvious. So let's check some tickets. Also, please remember to use this PLN team or PLN chat, which I added you to, because yeah, you can ask questions to Polina, Maria, Olga, and Said, who are, of course, already quite experienced in planning. Probably can help you with answer. Just yeah, try not to overuse it, because of course, like it's better to ask questions in the BS chat. But yeah, also if you will see some like information from BTS or some, I don't know, email will come to your site, which you find important, please share it in this chat with others, so everyone can check it and maybe create a KB out of it, or create a post in Teams if it is significant enough, and so on, or at least just be aware. So you see quite a lot of tickets, 106 tickets for this combination. Let's again mention, oh yeah, okay, so the GSD owner is not empty in all of them. So yeah, quite a lot of cases. Let's check some last incident tickets. Well, during the last 2 months, for example. So okay. Can you hear me, guys?
Yes, Nikita. Actually,
Okay.
ITS is loading sometimes.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I know. And I remember that guys from tech were um, creating some sort of file where you could complain about ITSP issues. And I remember that some of GSD guys were filling this file with their complaints, but I am not sure like where did it go eventually. Well, what was the action point? What was done with all those ITSP freezes and so on? So it needs to be checked with tech guys. Okay, so let's start with the first incident ticket. Let's open the email. Okay, demand was rejected to assign incident to planning team. All right, so yeah, you see the situation. Marielle asked to raise a PLN ticket. Then it was assigned to Tech, then to Lisa. Okay. Then she escalated to BTS PLN. However, she does not support planning process. And well, you see that in one of previous cases, we saw the same action from Vladislav side and now from Lisa's side. And well, we cannot prohibit that, but my strong recommendation, if you are going to escalate ticket anyway. If you're going to escalate to a team for the process you don't support, it's much better to transfer because, yeah, well, for example, if Lisa was incorrect with her investigation, then she will receive a reject from PLN team, but she shouldn't receive such rejects as she doesn't support PLN process. Okay. Okay, well, she just, yeah, well, in this case, it is not really clear that it is related to supply. I guess Lisa just registered it, like, I would say, in a random way, and Josemi reviewed it, and it turned out that this such request cannot be fulfilled because it goes against IT security policies. Well, moving next. Okay, so we have some screenshots from SAP. We have a screenshot from product view, and there are some alerts for demand, which means those are purchase requisitions, actually, starting from 1. So these are purchase requisitions which were not yet converted to a fixed or firm purchase requisition in S4. So the fixed one should start from 3. And those draft PRs are like, well, they are not yet converted. And we have some alerts and so on. Well, what do we have? Yeah, alerts in product view, stock for material. The abbreviation SLED. Maybe someone has any guesses or any options which it might what it might mean? How do you think? Any thoughts?
Transaction RRP3 is used for what, Nikita?
RRP3?
Yeah.
Well, it's the like one of the most used T code by production planners. It is used for checking the schedule for like specific material for upcoming months to check and create create transaction documents like purchase requisitions, purchase orders, and so on. So all of these documents and production orders, all of these documents are created through product view. So you just are going to plan some material for the next for some next period. So you open product view, you run the heuristic, then you convert, I don't know, purchase requisitions to fixed purchase requisitions, then fixed purchase requisitions to purchase orders. Then you create planned orders. Then you convert planned orders to production orders, and that's how the planning process actually is going on. So you have your demands coming from IBP, and you have to cover them in the most rational way and have the required amount of material on stock so it could be sold or transferred to some another location. So that's why we need product view. Well, that's the Also, that's the cornerstone T code for all planners. Like, I don't know, half of the incident tickets or one third of incident tickets for PLN process as a whole is related to product view T code.
So about SLAD, its shelf life expire date due to
Yeah.
BA found.
Yeah, that's correct. Shelf life expiration date. So you remember we have such field in material master, like shelf life, and we have the shelf life expiration date as well. So for example, for cigarettes, we were checking that shelf life is like 360 days, as far as I remember, so almost a year. And yeah, so you see that there are some issues with creating purchase requisitions in the system, or let me check it again. Sorry. Yeah, so here you can see even in the basic data of material master, you can see the shelf life expiration date. But I guess, well, yeah, I'm not sure why is this in basic data. It should be in MRP view somewhere, but yeah, still we have shelf life expiration date, and it's in 2023. Then let me check one more time. Yeah, sorry, I was wrong with this. These are not purchase requisitions. Those are planned orders, because both unfirm purchase requisitions and planned orders start with 1 digit in the system. But how can you distinguish one from another? You see that we have a resource assigned, which means that there is some work center, there is some machine, which is going to be involved in the process. And if we are just going to buy material from some third-party supplier or from another GTI factory, intercompany purchase, then we will not have any resource assigned, because why do we need it? We only needed the material to be transported, right? So in this case, those are planned orders. So in the future, they're going to become production orders starting from 4, and they should be fixed in the system for manufacturing the material out of components. So there is a valid shelf life expiration date for apparent material, but there are some alerts. And let's see what Armando did in this case. So requesting for more information. Yeah, then we open the Delta report and we see that there are several errors for the planned orders. So let's once again check 760. 462. Well, that doesn't really look like, sorry. That doesn't really look like these errors found in Delta report are related to the issue reported by user, because they are for other planned orders. So those planned orders end with 462, 463, and 464. And here, regarding the lines with alerts, there are no such planned orders. So maybe they are not displayed on the screenshot, but also have some error messages, but that's clearly not explaining the issue. Then we have, okay, other plant orders. It's PLP2. Well, as far as I understand, none of the plant orders found by Jose in Delta report, none of the errors are related to this particular ticket. Several errors. Okay. Okay, it was closed by 3-bit. Well, yeah, so I don't think that deleting those errors from Delta report would help in this particular case, but we didn't find this out because user just stopped replying and the issue was closed by 3-bit. But please be careful with the document numbers. If the document number, document ID in the error message doesn't match with like product view or planning board, then resolving this error will not help because it is for another document and so on. Okay. Well, moving to next ticket. Error message in product view in Q40 when trying to convert order. Okay, so yeah, we see that there is definitely a purchase requisition. We don't have any resource assigned, and the category is called purchase requisitions, and it starts with 1. So it is not. It was not yet converted to a nice firm purchase requisition that starts with 3. And when users are trying to convert it within the product view T code, they have the error message, external procurement order, conversation not possible, no source of supply available. So this is probably, there is probably the issue with master data. No, that article is not actually related because it is about plant orders to production orders, and that's not the case. So whoever added this article, linked it to the ticket, was not doing correct. And so let's find out. So Armando was processing it. And what he found, okay, plant specific material status is current. Then he checked the CPP1 T code in Q40 and didn't find anything there, any error messages. Will be sent to a vendor. Well, here she is missing the correct term because she says she tried to convert it into a production order because Jose Armando guess mentioned production order, but yeah, that's not a production order. She tries to convert a PR to a PR starting from 3. Then okay, so he wants to check the transportation lane, which is correct action. Let's check the error one more time. Okay. Yeah, so in this case, we see that the arriving plant is SEP1. So that's the destination plant, destination location, but we are not sure what is the source location, right? So we need to ask user about the flow. If this material is going to be procured from some other location or like a third party supplier, but probably for some other GTA location, we need to ask what is the flow, like from what plant to which one is material moving. Will be sent to a vendor, name them. Okay. So then it was processed by Olga. Well, Jose advised that the source location is empty in product view, so it should be maintained. A transportation lane should be maintained. I just realized I was trying to convert a purchase requisition. No wonder it doesn't work. I need a planned order to convert to production order. Oh my God. So she was not aware of what she was doing in the system. As I said, she was trying to convert purchase requisition to, and now she says that she needs a planned order. Well, yeah, that can also happen. Well, the variety of PLN tickets is truly huge. So you cannot, every specific case is quite different. Okay, so what was the solution? Demands can be created in SAP Q4 team. Contact your power user. Okay, so we advised user to contact the power user. All right, so let's check, I guess, one more ticket for this topic. So user is asking us to assist with deleting some stock from the system. Then they mention some custom ZT code and some screenshot. Let's check. Doesn't look like a ticket we can assist with, to be honest. Below target stock from the system. So he mentions that they normally use this custom T code to delete past data, but in this case, it has failed. So we need to know why it has failed, compare it with another material, check the error log. So everything as usual. So Lina forwarded this to Jihu. Then, yeah, Jihu requested additional information. Closed by 3-bit, then reopened, I guess, by Olga. Yeah, again, she is asking for error message. No reply from user. Okay, finally some screenshot. This one looks like no errors at all. And So we escalated this to BTS PLN, pass data from product view. We were able to find some past tickets which were mentioning the same T code. Okay, so there is no error message, but the data, the past order, or yeah, past data is just not deleting from product view for some reason. Then let's check what was the reply from BTS team. They advised to use the T code one more time. And it was solved. Well, well, you see, just a random ticket, and the issue was resolved by BTS by requesting to run the T code one more time. So it's not clear if Sergey from BTS team did some actions in the backend before asking user to repeat the T code, but it looks like he just asked to do it one more time, and the T code just started to work correct. So, well, yeah, you see. Okay, so let's get back to the final, yes, final configuration item, which we use is related to BW issues, BW DP, so demand planning, supply. Well, well, that's actually quite simple to use. So if you receive incident related to planning BW reports, the access or some issues with data, you just check how the report is named. And based on the report name, you can determine if it's demand related report, supplier related report, or reports some related to production, factory planning, BW reports. So if you are not sure based on the report name, you can ask user or check the position of user again. So if the department or position points at supply or factory planning or demand, I guess you can register the ticket according to this. And yeah, there is also planning reporting category, which was, well, in the beginning, right after the go live, it was used for like almost all the issues with BW reports. But then we agreed to use demand, supply, and production. So I would not recommend to use this business service at all. However, there is some, like temptation, I guess, to use this business service all the time because all the issues are related to reporting. So why wouldn't we use planning reporting business service? But I still recommend you to try to figure out the topic and register ticket accordingly. So again, if there is an issue related to access or using the, I don't know, using the Excel add-in or something, then we can assist with it. If the issue is with report data itself, same as with other BW reports, we need to collect the information like prompts, selection criteria, report name, if it is okay for colleagues or not, when did the issue start, like what exact data is incorrect if something is showing incorrectly in the report. So all of this information, we should collect it and escalate to BTS PLN as well. So probably Oscar Ordenes will take such ticket because he is responsible for BW topic for PLN. So that's how it is. Yeah, well, yeah, and so Incident service information, basically the same logic applies as with other tickets. Please do not overuse the incident category and data subcategory, as was shown by last check made by Lena Yelena Olechovskaya. Well, it was quite expected that we do not use this category and subcategory correct. So in cases when user is doing something incorrect in the system and that is causing the error message, that should not be registered as incident data, because you are just showing the user or advising user how to like how to do his or her job correctly. There is nothing wrong with the system itself. It's just the actions of user which are causing the error message. So in this case, incident data should not be used. So that's the main advice. If you are not sure about the root cause and escalating the issue to BTS team, then probably you should use incident data more often, because if you were sure that there are no issues with data, probably you would be able to advise user. I don't know. If you are not sure, you can put this category and subcategory. Well, so quite tired of talking already. Do you have any questions as for now? Or I don't know, maybe we can finish this session.
Nikita, on my end,
Yeah.
lastly, for the alerts, like you mentioned earlier in our RRP, what do you call this transaction code?
Yeah,
RRP.
RP3 product
Yeah.
view. Yeah.
Mhm. So as part of GSD investigation,
Mhm.
what are the things that we need to check first? Because I'm seeing that alerts can support by BTS PLN.
Well, yeah, of course, if we didn't manage to find the root cause, it will be supported by BTS PLN. That's true. So let's check. Default alert profile, how to view alerts. So I guess this is, yeah, that's an old article which was there before the go live. Yeah, so it is describing how to view it. So generally alerts are like errors in product view. So when you click on them, when you click on the alert sign, you should have the explanation, the like error log or alert log. And in this case, you should see like at least something pointing on what is the root cause. So in most of cases, the root cause is incorrect master data. So if we're having alerts with, I don't know, creating production orders or plant orders, then you should check the master data related for production, like work centers, routing, bill of material, and so on. So of course, there is plenty of master data types. So I really hope that alert will, like alert text will guide you to what exactly can be incorrect, because checking like everything is quite time consuming. If we have alerts for creating purchase requisitions or converting purchase requisitions to purchase orders and so on, then we need to check the data related for purchasing, like transportation lane, plan specific material status, special procurement key, so the master material master data, then maybe a source of supply, piece of master data. So everything that can be related to procurement. And most probably the issue lies there if you cannot find any signs of root cause in the master data, then probably you should escalate this to BTS. And if error message in alert does not show you anything, then what else can you do apart from escalating to BTS team? Well, of course, you can check the previous incidents, and you should do so. You can, well, for many PLN related tickets, I was able to find information just by Googling it. So in some SAP forums, or reading some SAP notes, which I hope you all know how to check notes. If you don't, please let me know. I will show it right now because that's actually very important. If you want to be like experienced analysts, you will need to check SAP notes. So did I answer your question?
Yes, Nikita, very helpful.
Okay, no problem. Well, yeah, well, as I said, we can check like, I don't know, you can spend days by checking different PLN related tickets, and there are like million of reasons why something can go incorrect. So in some cases, just well, in most cases, it's just some master data. All right. So yeah, I guess everyone knows how to check SAP notes. Well, that's actually glad to know it. All right. So if no more questions, then I guess thank you for attending this session. Finally, please do not forget to add the PLN skill right in the ITSP starting from today, and also add the PLN abbreviation to your personal folders in the mailbox, so you can start receiving the PLN related tickets. And today, maybe right now, I will make a post in Teams, welcoming post for new PLN analysts. Oh yeah, and feel free to use PLN chat, PLN team. All right.
Thank you, Nikita,
So,
very much for your help.
Thank you,
no,
Nikita.
no problem